Every day is a new beginning. Shine your light. It's a day and the world is waiting. Move along to the song, singing in your soul. Feel the beat, clap your hands, let it take control. All you need, all you want, are you ready to find your way? 'Cause every day is a new day.
Welcome to Wisconsin Family. I'm Janet Cresson.
And I'm Justin Riley, and we are here at Wisconsin Granite in McFarland. And I don't know about you, Janet, but I'm really excited for today's show and to talk to Behar later on in the program because he's going to talk to us about their process from the moment a customer walks into the door to the moment that everything is finished and they have a beautiful new kitchen.
You know, I feel like they're called Wisconsin Granite, but I feel like they could be worldwide granite because the pieces they have here are from all over the world.
Yeah, they source them from all over the place.
Italy, Brazil, a lot more sexy places than Madison, Wisconsin.
Yeah, I don't know how the granite quarry is doing here in Madison.
Yeah,
so,
I don't know.
Yeah, it's probably better to source it from other places. But we'll talk with Behar later in the program. And, you know, they do everything in-house, you know, from fabrication to selection to install. I mean, they do everything in-house. So the people who are doing this, who are working in your kitchen, they have a process that they've worked by for a number of years, and they're very good at it. So you're guaranteed to get a quality result when you come here and work with Wisconsin Granite.
And my understanding is you get to pick out the exact piece that's going in your kitchen or bathroom.
Yep.
I love that idea.
Yep.
We're also meeting with our friend Brian from Dale's Heating and Air Conditioning. It's that time of year again, and I'm not going to complain because we've waited so long for warm weather.
Right.
But it's time to flip on that air conditioner if you haven't already. And
Right.
I bet Brian has some tips on keeping us safe or efficient.
Yep, absolutely. There's always some things that we can learn from Brian. And also, we're talking CrossFit. And the CrossFit Games are coming to Madison. So we're excited about that. And we're also having a show on our network called Wisconsin CrossFit. So we're really excited about that as well. And we're going to learn a little bit from Nicole Gessler from CrossFit Recursive right here in Madison. So she's got some things to share with us about how CrossFit is really for everybody.
And a little bit beyond that, too. I'm going to ask her about nutrition.
Very good. So that'll be right after the break here in Wisconsin Family, so stick around. Good.
'Cause every day is a new day. 'Cause every day is a new day.
And welcome back to Wisconsin Family. Justin and I and our guests today are out in McFarland at Wisconsin Granite. Now you know those beautiful granite countertops. We get to see how they get to be that way, and which is new for me.
That'll be new. I'll be excited to see that.
Right now that we're talking CrossFit, you know maybe the CrossFit Games are coming to Madison this year. And so with us we have Nicole and Olivia. They're from CrossFit Recursive right here in Madison on Williamson Street. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having us, guys.
Let's get started for viewers that are still kind of new to learning what CrossFit is. Give us a quick primer on CrossFit.
So CrossFit focuses on functional movement. We take the best of gymnastics, running, rowing, Olympic lifting, powerlifting, and we combine that into constantly varied workouts that use all of your muscles and are never boring.
I think I've heard that term workout of the day. They differ all the time.
I like how you said never boring. 'Cause it's
Never
always
boring.
different. So you have that really well rehearsed. You've done that a few times, so good for you. Good for you. So let's talk a little bit about the benefits because some people may be watching right now and they are a little bit familiar with CrossFit and they think, oh, I could never do that. But who can really benefit from CrossFit?
I mean, the generic broad answer is everybody, right?
Right.
Everybody can benefit from that. But people do get a little bit nervous because you see the stuff on TV and it looks
Right.
really scary. Our gym, we really focus on bringing people off the couch for the first time, getting them just moving. We have a bunch of different classes that we can do that with. So anybody that just really wants to get up, get moving, work on their fitness a little bit. Like I said, we do the functional movement, working on people getting off the couch, off the floor, stuff like that to keep people out of nursing homes long term.
Sure,
Right.
activities of daily living, right?
Absolutely.
So what are some of the programs you offer to help people get started?
Yeah, when you first come in, we'll have you do a couple of our different programs. One of them is our Recursive Express classes, which are 30-minute classes, so they're very low barrier to entry. Anybody can come off the couch, come into the gym, and do them. They're just 30-minute classes, not scary. There's no barbells in there.
You can waste 30 minutes just contemplating whether you're going to the gym,
Right,
right?
you might as well just come in and do
Point.
it, get your workout in, go home. Like I said, there's no barbells. It's not very technical. It's just getting up and moving. Another one we have is our Foundations program, which will teach you the barbell movements. So you can do some of those more technical lifts and stuff like that. We'll walk you through those.
Very good, very good. And some people, who might be watching right now may be a little bit intimidated by the idea of doing group classes, even though you probably don't make it intimidating
Right.
because you're trying to help people. But do you have options for people who maybe might be a little bit intimidated by group classes?
Yes, absolutely. We have several different personal training programs. One of them is that foundations class. We can do that one-on-one if people are a little bit nervous, want to come in, a little bit more comfortable coming in to do that with a personal trainer. We also have longer-term personal training classes. We have a lot of clients, a lot of people that come in and they want to stay out of the nursing homes, and so we're working on them. You know, if they fall on the floor, how do you get up? Stuff like that. Or people that are training for something specific, competitions, Ironman, marathon, stuff like that.
And I want to just make sure that we clarify this. When you say people who are wanting to stay out of the nursing homes, what age group are you referring to specifically there? Are you talking
Well,
about people who may be 20 years away from going to a nursing home, or people who it's imminent?
Both.
Wow.
I mean, both, right? You have to start now, right? You're not. It's going to be a little bit harder as you age to kind of get into shape, have that mobility. Think about the youngsters, right? Olivia's age, they're very flexible, but we lose that because we sit at desks all day and we kind of live that sedentary lifestyle. So the sooner you can get in and get started with those things, the easier it will be as you
Right.
age.
Right.
So much easier to maintain and gradually build than to
Absolutely.
do a big fix.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Well, we know that the working out is important, but so is nutrition. That can make a big difference in, I guess, the efficacy of your workouts. So talk to us
Absolutely.
about nutrition and how you use that with your people.
We do recommend that everybody that comes in the gym, we like to talk to them about at least basic nutrition, right? You can work out really hard for that half hour, that hour, and then you go home and you eat a pizza and you sit and you drink some beers, right? And you kind of just negate everything that you've just done. So nutrition is definitely a really good base. You want to have good, healthy foods in your system so that you have the energy to do those really good workouts. And so we work with a registered dietitian and we have a nutrition coach on staff, and we have a bunch of different nutrition programs that we can help people with whatever their goals are, whether it be weight loss, muscle gain, just maintaining. We can help everybody.
The quality of the fuel.
Yeah, and so you can sit down with people, your nutritionist can sit down with people and say, okay, what are your goals? Do you want to build muscle? Do you want to lose weight? What do you want to do? And then kind of
Right.
cater a meal plan
Absolutely.
towards that person.
So like
Okay.
Olivia and I are doing a nutrition plan right now, and we have very different goals, right? Mine is maybe more to lose a little bit of the extra weight I've accumulated. Hers is to gain some muscle mass. She's active in high school sports and stuff like that. So we have different. We're eating similarly, but we have different goals.
Okay, well, very good, very good. So we got about a minute left, but tell us how somebody can get started at CrossFit Recursive.
Well, you can contact us by calling us, emailing us, or just stopping in. And we'll schedule a no sweat intro where we'll sit down with you, get to know you, talk with you, and we'll figure out which program will work best for you based on what your needs are and what your goals are.
I like that you call it a no sweat intro, because
Yes.
literally you walk in and it's just a conversation. You're not going to
Right.
put them to work that day.
Right. We used to do a free trial class, and we found a lot of people, it was kind of, people wouldn't come in because they were nervous about coming in and
Right.
working out. You don't know what to expect. You don't know if it's
Sure.
going to be hard. Can you do it? Are you
Right.
going to look stupid? So now we bring people in first and we sit down, we give them a tour of the gym so they're more comfortable when they're ready to get started with their programs.
Very nice.
They have a better idea of what's going on. And plus, everyone's going to start differently. Some might start with personal training, some might start in the group classes. And this way we can figure that out together, what's going to be the best avenue for each individual person.
Very non-threatening.
Yes.
You cover a lot of bases. CrossFit Recursive, they're on Williamson Street. Schedule your no sweat intro today, right?
Yes.
Absolutely. We're Wisconsin Family, and we'll be right back.
'Cause every day is a new day. 'Cause every day is a new day.
Welcome back to Wisconsin Family. We're here at Bachman's Pool Spas and Saunas, and we're going to be really excited to talk to those folks later on in the program. They have so much to offer here.
Clearly, their showroom is full of great stuff.
It is. It's full. It's full. But first, you may recognize this familiar face. He's an alumnus of the Dale Olson School of Hard Knocks. Brian Olson from Dale's Heating and Air Conditioning. How are you, Brian?
We're doing good, thank you.
Good, good, good. Glad to have you with us today. We've talked a little bit about dryer vent cleaning in the past, but we're going to kind of switch to a similar topic, and that's air duct cleaning. So this is the system that actually delivers the air, whether it's cool or warm, to your house. So why is it so important for people to get their air ducts cleaned?
It's all about indoor air quality. The air that we breathe, the air in your house is actually dirtier than the outside air. So
Really?
if we can come in and take the dust and the debris out of the system,
Yeah.
we spend more time in our house generally.
Right.
So we want to make sure that we're breathing quality air coming out of those air ducts.
Yeah, it's so interesting to me because I've had, I've gone to the doctors, when I've had colds during the winter time, and I always say, I'm not outside, I'm, breathing the air inside. Why am I having these issues? Why am I having these allergy issues? And they say, well, they've said that exact same thing, that the air
Indoor
inside
air
is-
quality.
Mhm. Yep.
Brian, how often should people do this? I imagine the answer is probably it depends.
It depends, yes.
Yeah.
You got animals and stuff, they're great companions, but they also leave their mark in the house. Every couple of years would probably be a good factor, or length of time, 2 or 3 years.
So the animal hair, the dog hair, whatever.
Yeah, it tends to get sucked into the ductwork or the return side of things, and it just sits there
Yeah.
until
And it
we're able
probably-
to come in and clean it up.
Probably actually catches more stuff too as it builds up, I
Yep,
imagine.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, wow. And you have a process that you go through to clean air ducts. Can you talk to us a little bit about what that process is?
We use a RotoBrush machine, which is a high-powered vacuum. It's got a 35-foot hose on it.
Okay.
The nice thing about our process is we focus on each individual vent, rather
Okay.
as some companies will do a house as a whole. We're in each specific opening in your house.
Okay.
So we make sure to get each specific opening.
That's good to know.
It's a big vacuum cleaner. It rotates a brush inside and sucks the stuff back in
Yeah.
through the vacuum. So it's a self-contained unit. Dust isn't flying throughout the house.
Sure.
Very self-contained.
Sure. And the brush kind of is there to kind of scrape off the
Yep, clean the
inside, so to
ductwork.
speak.
Yep, and
Yeah.
then the vacuum is the same hose, sucks it back in at the same time. So a very clean process.
I've seen some of the before and after photos of that process, and it's always actually kind of fun.
Interesting.
Very
Yes.
satisfying.
Yep.
I imagine this is something someone, if you're buying a home, a used home, that this might be something you'd consider.
We do a lot of work for people moving into new houses. They move in and previous owners had animals or whatever. Older houses, the house tends to smell. We can come in and we can take that odor out of there and clean the ductwork.
Cigarette smoke too for?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. What's the worst thing that you've seen? I just have to ask that.
Well, I know we, new houses, we tend to get a lot of construction debris.
Okay.
Drywall dust, chunks of drywall, chunks of wire, whatever.
Sure.
Back during the boom, Friday afternoon cleanup was a lot of sweeping the house up into the nearest opening,
Really?
as opposed to putting it in a garbage can. You get downtown into the older houses, they've been there 100 years, whatever. Those are the interesting ones.
Yeah.
That is layers of stuff in there, and it's not a pleasant process, but the results are good.
Were you hoping for some secret treasure?
I was hoping to find some skeletons in somebody's closet at some point. maybe.
Dead animals. You talk about skeletons.
Wow.
Really?
There
Wow.
are
Really?
animal
I mean, like
skeletons
rodents
in-
that have,
Yeah, they make a home in there
Gotten
and
a home, okay.
don't quite make it to the
quite make it
to the
out.
promised land.
Make it to the promised land. It's a good way of putting it. So, what's the best way for people to get in touch with you? What's how can
Check our
people-
website out.
Okay.
As far as the price goes, we don't have to come out and look at the property and
Mm-hmm.
give you a price. Generally, what I do is people call, I take an address, Google Maps, look the property up, see how many square feet they've got,
Oh, okay.
and I'm able to determine how long it's going to take and price point there.
Yeah. And you guys recently moved into a new location over on Madison's southwest side.
Yep.
That's going well for you?
It's going well.
Did you have your ducts cleaned before you moved in?
There's a different system there. We have
Oh,
a
okay.
mini split system there. Maybe one day we can talk about mini splits and the benefits of mini split system. But
There you go. Okay, that's interesting. Good topic right there. And then you guys are moving, your family, you and your family are
Yes.
moving at the end of July, you said?
the end of this month.
The end of this month, okay.
Yep.
But-
So
wow.
we're going to have the air ducts cleaned there. I'm going to send my guy out there, give him the property address, give him a code to get in, and see what the results are.
Wow. So, and by this time next month, I'm thinking that you'll be a father for the third time, and
We
you'll
will.
be in your new
Very
home.
excited.
Yes.
Another baby on the way. Not sure we don't know what it's going to to be.
You're kind of
Surprise
keeping that
for us.
secret.
Yep. So we have one girl, we have one boy. We have clothes for both of them.
There you go. Well, you're set. You're set. Well, Brian Olson from Dale's Heating and Air Conditioning, we always learn so much from you. Thank you so much for coming on
Thanks for
today.
having me.
Don't go away. There is more Wisconsin Family coming up right after the break here at Bachman's Pool Spas and Saunas.
'Cause every day is a new day. 'Cause every day is a new day.
And welcome back to Wisconsin Granite. I mean, Wisconsin Family here at Wisconsin Granite. A lot of Wisconsins, as we mentioned before.
Yes.
So we've been filming here all show, and we're gonna learn a little bit about the process today. And with us now is Behar Massini. How are you?
Pretty good. How are you guys?
Awesome, awesome. Always good to have you on the show. Thanks for hosting us today. of
Thank you for
course.
coming here.
So let's talk a little bit about the process, because you have a really unique model here in that customers can literally come to your warehouse, pick out the exact piece that they want,
Yep.
and then you'll put it in their kitchen or bathroom or wherever that they want. So let's run through the process starting from the very first step. When a customer calls or walks in here, what happens?
So I'm very happy that you asked that, Justin, because a lot of the customers that walk through our doors, to be honest, most of them don't know that we're here and don't know that we offer these kind of services. And they don't know that they can just walk through the door, we can walk them through our warehouse, and they can see exactly what slabs we have. So by you coming here and asking this question, this really gives us a good opportunity to be able to tell customers that yes, we do have a full warehouse. It has about 120 different colors in stock. We have different colors that are exotic. We have simple patterns. Whatever really the customer is looking for, we're able to at least point them in the right direction. And then if, granite or marble isn't something that they want to go with, we always have the quartz as well as a backup. So
Sure.
a lot of people can look at the quartz, but typically customer walks through our doors. If they don't have a drawing or anything like that where we can ring up an estimate, we always volunteer to go out there to their house, get the exact measurements, and then they come back, make the selection. After they make the exact selections, we'll actually send out our measuring guy, who's an in-house employee. We send him out to the house to do the exact measurements. So that way we know 100% that everything is gonna fit. Because the kitchen is kind of one of the most used spaces in the house,
Right.
and we want it done right the first time and
course.
not have that lag time in between.
Right.
And we really want to emphasize that they are picking the exact one. It's not
Yeah.
like I want one like that or the family of that. It's you're going to be taking home that piece.
that exact piece.
Okay, yeah.
So a lot of times, once they make those decisions, it's kind of already set. And as long as we do our job right at the measure and cutting, there really shouldn't be any issues that come up that delay the process without them being able to enjoy their kitchens.
Absolutely. So there's, you're there also to help people select what might go well with what they have in their kitchen
Yes.
too. So, if people can either describe or bring a sample, or even if you come out and do the measurements beforehand, you can help people based on what is in their kitchen already pick out a piece that's going to be.
And it's not just based on looks either. It's function, right?
It really is. So a lot of times we've trained our measuring guy when he goes out to the house. He recommends things that the customer maybe is not aware of them. Sometimes there's a style of cabinetry that's got nice trim around it or whatever. He recommends, the edge profile be the same as the trim of the cabinet. So it's little things like that that we always try and put into the project to give it that really special look.
Right.
That the customer maybe is not seeing it, but we are.
Right. I'm just curious, do you guys do all the installation yourself?
We do. All of it.
Everything's in-house?
Everything is in-house. The measuring, the fabrication, the installation, the stone selection.
Wow.
If for some odd reason you really can't find what you love in our showroom, we'll always send you to one of our suppliers. But more often than not, anybody that walks through our doors, they end up just staying here because there's no need to drive anywhere else because it's all here. Literally, whatever colors you want, they're all in the back.
I just think that's so unique, because so many places that do home improvement and have a nice showroom like you guys do and a big selection, you come in and you pick out what you want, and then the company will hire subcontractors to
Yeah.
come into your house and take care of it for you. But you guys just do all that in house, which I think is great. You have literally everything you need under one roof.
Exactly. We've had several different contractors that'll give us a call to go finish up an install that they weren't able to finish or whatever, and the end who loses is the customer.
Right.
Because they're the ones that are not getting their kitchen completed on time, and
Right.
we're really there just to kind of make them happy and get the job done.
And you get it done pretty quick. Sorry to interrupt, but you guys get it done pretty quick.
Yeah,
You've
I
told
mean,
me that within what was the typical amount of time?
From the time we measure to the time we install, it's about a week to a week and a half.
I mean,
so it's not really bad.
unbelievable.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's pretty quick.
Yeah.
That's fabulous. You mentioned the fabrication process, and I'd love to learn more about that. But before you do, the pieces that you have are from all over the world?
Yep.
Can you tick off a few of the places where these are coming from?
So we have Brazil, Italy, India, some from Turkey, I believe, and then those are pretty much the 4 different countries that we use. I mean, they have stones that are very readily available, and we're able to get it here pretty quick. But when it comes to the fabrication process, so let's say a customer does go with something that's a very exotic stone. We'll actually have them come back into the warehouse here. We'll do a mapping out of their kitchen so they get to choose exactly which areas of the stone they want, and then we just cut it based off of their desired selections. And it works out because they're able to see exactly what they're going to have in the kitchen before it's actually in there.
I kind of need that. I
Yeah.
need that visual.
And that's really cool because, you know, not only do they get to pick out the piece of stone that they want, but they, to a certain extent, get to pick exactly what part of this piece of stone that they want visible.
Yes.
So there's a certain pattern or something in there that makes it unique. You can
Yeah.
say, well, save that. I want to make sure that I can still see that when, you know,
I didn't know
I'm
that.
washing my dishes.
Exactly, and one thing that we always try and focus on too is to make sure that the areas that the customer truly loves, to display them the most. So a lot of times we'll focus on, you know, like center islands that have the most character and the most color and so on and so forth. When it comes to the perimeter, that's where our skill kind of comes into play because, you know, if a stone has a lot of movements, we want to make sure that all the joints match, the stone has an even flow throughout it, and, you know, when we point that out to the customer, then it's like, yeah, you're absolutely right, this is what we want to do.
Yeah.
But it's just so nice. I mean, we've been doing it for a while, and we've gotten really, really good at it.
Yeah.
And a lot of our customers do listen to our suggestions and listen to what we have to say, and in the end, it works out for both of us. You know?
Another benefit of having everything in-house is that people know your way of doing this and they've had that
Yes.
experience under their belt. So
Exactly.
I just want to make sure I get this. So you're getting these raw materials from different places throughout the world, and you're making them beautiful, right?
Yeah.
You're making them smooth, or you just change the edges.
Yeah.
How do you do that?
So it's all done with diamond polishing pads. So we have different machinery and different pads. It starts at a lower grit and it goes all the way up to a buff, essentially. And you just gotta kind of work it, but it's all hand done. It's all hand polished. It's all hand fabricated. And a lot of people say that's the old school way of doing it, but that's really the good way because in a way we hire more employees, which kind of helps the economy around us too.
Right.
And then at the same time, the quality of the work is so much better because somebody's putting a lot of work into it.
we just have a few seconds left, Behar,
Yeah.
but I want to make sure that we mention your financing options. that
Yeah,
you
so
have.
right now we do have 12 months interest-free financing that is offered to anybody, I mean, that's got pretty good credit. I
Is
mean,
that a
you should-
special right now, or?
That's kind of an ongoing thing that we have, but right now, to be honest, that throughout the summertime, a lot of people are asking for it. You know, they've just bought a house and they don't have a lot of money, so financing is a great option.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Behar, thank you so much for having us today. We always learn something. And that's all the time we have for today on Wisconsin Family. We've been here at Wisconsin Granite, and we'll see you next time.
The beat, clap your hands, let's take